Jose Automotive Reviews. What we're going to talk about today is how you remove the hardtop front panels in a roof rack from the 2021 Ford Bronco. Now, Ford may have taken inspiration from the Wrangler for the Bronco. There's no denying it. But looking on the bright side, the Blue Oval has also taken a different approach to the design of the front roof panels, the molded in color hardtop, and even the roof rack. Now, if you want to go topless in a mid-size SUV, you'll first have to turn 3 L-shaped latches on the driver's front panel, pull down the front latch, remove the panel, and repeat on the passenger side. Even with the roof rack installed, you can slide out both front roof panels without breaking a sweat because both of them are fairly light. Now, those panels can be stored in the optional bag design, specifically to be strapped in a cargo compartment of the Bronco, which is a pretty neat thing. Now, if you live in a region where sunshine turns to rainy weather at a moment's notice, having said that, what does one need to do in order to remove the roof rack and the hardtop? Well, grab a socket wrench and start by undoing 2 T30 bolts, holding the roof rack cover up front. Pull the cover up, then remove the 2 more T30 bolts. Now at the rear of the roof rack, remove the plastic cover to access the fasteners. So that gives you access. Now use the triangle tipped tool supplied by Ford in the Bronco 2 kit to loosen the triangle bolts on both sides. Lift the roof rack off and the job is done. Hooray! Now customers who opt for the roof rack from the factory have also been supplied with windshield caps that cover the mounting points up front. You can find them in a glove box, and all you need for installing and removing is a 13mm hex socket. With the roof rack removed, disconnect the wire harness and washer hose. Secure them and prepare yourself for the MIG hardtop. Open the tailgate of the Bronco and lift up the rear window. Remove the 4 screws that hold the roof on each side. And you'll also be done because our hardtop is much heavier than the front roof panels. You may need another extra person to try to lift it off. And that's how you remove the hardtop and the front panels of the roof rack of the 2021 Ford Bronco. Now, the Ford Bronco is an awesome SUV, and it's cool how you can remove the hardtop front panels in a roof rack and how you can go topless. This is what makes the Bronco so awesome. And if you look at the doors here, you also see the frameless doors. This is just a real cool SUV, folks. Real open, real nice, and it has a lot of appeal to it. More appeal than we can, more appeal than we can imagine. This SUV has taken the world by storm. The Bronco just has, it just has done it, and it has done it many times over and over again. And from the beadlock tires to the big 35-inch wheels, and in some cases 32 inches. The roof rack is just awesome. Everything about it is just sharp. Sharp and nice, folks. Let's take a look at some pics. And let's just take a look at some of these options on the Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco Badlands, which is definitely nice as we see here in this picture. It is also definitely sharp. Now, the first edition started off at $3,500, and then they went up to another $3,500, after they were sold out. So they sold 7,000. I mean, reservations for 7,000 SUVs, first editions, very swiftly. Nothing like that has ever been accomplished with the Ford Bronco. And again, the Ford Bronco has a powerful heritage going back to 1966, all the way up until now. You're talking about 24 to 25 years. And actually more than that. I'm trying to think. Since 1966, we're talking about almost 50 plus years of the Ford Bronco. And the Ford Bronco has been awesome, folks. I mean, just look at how retroistic the new Bronco is, and look how much it looks like the old Bronco, and how it's just taking the old Bronco to the modern age, with all of the technology features, all of the powerful Haas system, the Sasquatch system is just the Bilstein shocks, everything about this. They have taken it to the next level, folks. And there's going to be 200 accessories with the Ford Bronco. I mean, this what we see here is awesome, folks. I mean, it's talking about the 35-inch beadlock tires. You're talking about the recovery points, which are very, very strong on the Ford Bronco. And it actually looks like they're in two places. But they're just right here in the front. Two places in the front. And you have the LED lights. These are all accessories. You have the LED lights up front up here. I mean, this is just ready for action, folks. The Ford Bronco have taken the world by storm. And folks, what a storm it is. You're talking about the donut doors on this baby. I mean, you can just be driving and you have the wind just coming through both sides and just feeling free. You're talking about the Bronco also going to have this tubular type of protection system, so that when you do have the doors off, if an accident or a rollover should happen, the system comes up to keep you inside of the SUV and prevent you from going out and having and being brutally massacred. But instead, it keeps you right where the action is. Airbags, seatbelts on, nothing to worry about, folks. And that's what's gonna knock the Jeep Wrangler back, is the safety of the 2021 Ford Bronco and the technology. I mean, from the leather seats, the leather being the same leather as a baseball glove and aging very, very gracefully. I mean, the steering wheel and the how it wraps around the steering wheel and how it just looks so. I mean, it looks so as you could say, it looks so sharp. I mean, it looks sharp in every way, and the color, the age, the stitching. They say everything about this is just on point, folks. The Bronco has done it again. I mean, the Bronco ladderings, the yellow, the color, the little vent switches, everything from the GOAT mode to the shifter, the 5-speed. Everything about this is just special. The mirrors and how they're attached to the cowl. I mean, then here you have the different modes, so you can turn on a dime in the sand. It's just awesome, folks. The different modes up here for the differentials, everything. Then up here you have the accessory switches. Everything is just epic. And just look at this view. You got the automatic temperature controls, the glove box, and this one you have this stick, and you see the 3 paddles, and you have also the place to rest your feet too as well. All this is important in an SUV. You don't know how nice having a footrest is too, when you're shifting and you're going down a highway. You just cruise and you can rest, and you can just cruise at a good speed. You don't have to worry about no wobble or anything like that, because the independent suspension, I mean, it works nice Nice, nice. And it has a disconnect feature when you're off road and driving underneath 20 miles per hour. It can disconnect and help you to go over the crazy terrain, big rocks, and all the undulations, and still keep contact with the surface. That's the most thing. That's the most important part, and that's why you have the disconnect sway bar in the Ford Bronco. And again, here you have the accessory ready place where you get a deck to keep all of your phones and everything else, which is right here. And I'm gonna see if we got that. If I did join that, and I don't know if I have, but that picture is somewhere. But right on the dash, you can keep all your accessories, your phone and everything else. You have a place to plug them up too. This Badlands baby is just awesome and terrific. Sitting out here in the rocks, out here, just discovering the world out by yourself in your Ford Bronco, and the clouds are coming in, and you got the rain and the weather coming, and you just doing what it do. And at the same time, being able later to find your way back to the road, wherever that road is, and get on the highway and drive at speeds of 80 miles per hour and just cruise. And doing it right, folks. This is a turn assist, and what you saw on the dash was also a button for the turn assist. This right here is the accessory rack where you can put your accessories at. And this right here is the turn assist buttons and all that you have, so you can make a quick turn. And remember, wherever you go, don't try to have less impact on the environment as possible. We are using the features. It's almost like you want to be in the wild, but you want to be like invisible. And that's what the Ford Bronco wants to push, the image. Being environmentally connected and concerned about the environment that we live in. That's why Ford Bronco has donated $5 million monthly to help the preservation of the wilderness and to keep it, alive, and to keep trees planted and to keep the wilderness really nice and attractive, so you can go out there and explore it in your Bronco, keeping it alive and keeping the animals and everything intact, from the shrub, from the trees, and just being out there and enjoying and existing one with nature. Ford Bronco has done it and basically brought us back to our origins of nature, and everybody is doing this, including the Range Rover and the Defender. They used John Mayer in one of their commercials, and it was like he was playing a guitar out in the wild and connecting back to connecting back to the beginning. If you can remember when you were a child, the first time you got a ball and you started playing around with it and throwing it, and it feels so fun and you feel so free with such a basic gift. And at the same time, when you went outside, you played in the mud and you did everything, and it was just awesome. It was fantastic. And this is what Ford wants to bring back with the Ford Bronco. And one thing about the Bronco is it's so nice. You can also take the doors off and store them in the back of your Bronco, and you have these bags that come with it to stop, from being scratched or anything like that. So you can just put it right in here. Because the doors are frameless, they fit right inside these bags. And you have just straight up open, and you also have the protection system here, and it's actually tubes that deploy to keep you inside the car, in the midst of an accident or even a rollover. I mean, look how strong this is to withstand a rollover, and that's why Ford had to make the windows here strong. The structure of the windshield frame strong as well, and it couldn't be like the Jeep because it would collapse. And then they made this all connect. So if there is a rollover, this is gonna, it's gonna give you the protection that you need, because these are essentially convertible SUVs, and they're awesome, folks. You got a place where you can, after being in the outdoors, you want to clean your car. You got a place where you can just wash things down and get back to work and get back to driving and get rid of the mud and all the other stuff, so your family and everybody else can come back and enjoy. And you can go on a long trip and actually take off your shoes and relax and drive your Ford Bronco, and you have the Bronco here, and you have here the little brother, the baby Bronco. You guys are all, I mean, just awesome. It's fantastic. Ford is awesome, folks. And guys, this is just about taking off the roof of your Ford Bronco. And I hope that this was very educational. We got a little not sidetracked, but got into some more details about the Bronco. You guys have heard this 1,000 times. And thank you guys for coming. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. It's fantastic having you guys. And stay healthy. Always much love. A Automotive Reviews. Like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.